Hey, what's up everybody? This is the 18 by 48 Intex pool, and we've had this for the whole summer now, and it's fall, it's almost winter, and I'm getting ready to put the pump away. So I figured I'd do a review video of this pool since we've had it the whole summer and used it, been through the whole cycle of installing it ourselves, having fun with it, and now it's time to put it away for the winter and what we're gonna do. But I wanted to give everybody a video of this because there are things that you definitely need to know if you're gonna buy one of these Intex pools. So the first thing is that they're awesome. They are amazing pools for the price. You really can't beat this type of package, but I want you to understand that the price of this pool, unless you are incredibly lucky, is not gonna be your entire budget to install this pool and the things you need, because there's extra expenses that come in, and I'll walk you through all those of what I went through. I did some things that maybe not everybody's going to do with their pool, putting in a beach and whatnot, but I'll walk you through everything about this pool right now. So physically, this pool is 18 feet at the base. Now it's advertised as an 18-foot by 48-inch deep pool. It's 18 at the base. I want to tell you that across the top, the inside of this inflatable ring is closer to 16 feet. Not a big deal. It's still plenty to have fun with and play around in. So I wasn't upset that that the top wasn't really 18 feet. But just so you know, the 18 feet is more down at the base of the pool. The other thing, it's a 48-inch deep pool, but I'm going to give you the measurements right here if you want to come up and get this water depth. You can see the measuring tape right here. I'm going down to the bottom of the pool. 48 feet right here is to the top of the ring. Okay, so my water depth right now is 44 inches. You getting, I don't know if you can see the measuring tape right there where it says 44 inches, but that's how deep the pool is. You're not gonna fill the pool up to the top of the ring. So again, I didn't really care that I didn't get a true 48 inches of depth out of this. It's, it's a blast, whether it's 44 inches, 42 inches, or whatever. The kit comes with the ladder. This is not the world's greatest ladder, but it works. It's got a 200-pound capacity. You can climb up on it. I'm actually 200 pounds. I can get up on this ladder, and it's a little wobbly, but it's fine. Kids can kind of jump off the ladder. If I tried to jump off this ladder, it's gonna move, the feet are gonna slide around. But for not having to buy something else to get in the pool, the fact that it comes with it is awesome. Here's the downside that everybody talks about. If you want to come right over here, this is the pump. I think I don't have the filter in there. This is the pump that comes with this pool. There's about 6,000 gallons of water in that pool. This pump cannot keep up. And everybody says that, everybody has that in the reviews, that the pump is really not sized correctly for the pool, but they want to sell it as a kit. So this is what they give you. But honestly, don't even talk yourself into trying to use the pump that comes with it. Even if you filled this pool full of clean water from the get-go that was perfectly ready to swim in a matter of a few weeks, just from airborne particles and oils and things coming off of your skin when you're in the pool, this pump is not going to do it. So let me show you what I ended up doing. Right over here, and I'm about ready to take the canopy off and we'll get a closer look at it. But I've got a 1 horsepower Doughboy. The brand is Doughboy. There's a bunch of different brands of good quality sand filter pumps out there. And an AquaView 14-inch diameter sand filter. So the sand filter is essentially the media that's cleaning all of the water as the water comes out. And these are the Intex pipes. So the Intex pipes come right out of the side of the pool. And you'll have to buy a couple of adapters that if you go to a pool store, they should know the adapters that you need. If you tell them you have an Intex soft-sided pool, they'll know these hoses that come with the pool and be able to give you a couple of the adapters to fit into whatever pump system that you buy. But this thing right here did the trick. I'm gonna splice in a picture right now of what it looks like when you put well water, even though it was filtered well water, when you put well water that has a little bit of iron in it, and then you add chlorine to that water, I'm going to show you a picture of what happens right here. It turns brown because essentially the chlorine combines with the iron in the water and rusts and turns your water completely brown. And that was before I had this pump. I got on YouTube, I got on the internet, I read all sorts of things about how to fix that problem, and there was all sorts of homemade remedies, but what it came down to is if you have a good sand filter, this thing will keep your pool clean. As long as you take care of it, this will do the trick. And within 48 hours, doing nothing else, within 48 hours of running this pump, this water was crystal clear. And there's a lot of people putting a lot of YouTube videos up of how to get rid of iron in your water in these types of pools when you're adding chlorine. And a lot of homemade remedies that may cost a little bit less than a setup like this, but if you're gonna have a pool like this, you need a filter anyways that's gonna handle this much water. You may as well get something good. The other thing I wanna do, I'm gonna go ahead and cut right now. We're gonna remove this canopy. This canopy I put up for the summer just to make sure that I didn't want the pump and everything being beat by the sunshine all summer long. But since we're getting ready to tear it down for the winter, I'm gonna pull this canopy and then we'll cut back. All right, so we just pulled the canopy off this, and I want to show you the top of this pump here, because if you're going to get a sand filter, you can get a less expensive sand filter that's, I don't know, you can get into them for maybe $250, right around maybe $300 for the filter. Your pump's going to be different powers, and here's the biggest thing that I learned is that this is a, what is this here? I think this is a 7-position. Yeah, this is a 7-position valve on top of the pump. So filter, pump to waste, closed, backwash, recirculate, filter to waste, and then winterize. So this right here has 7 options. That allows you to hook a vacuum up to it and not filter the water being pumped out, the dirty water from the bottom of the pool. Again, you can winterize it. That's going to pump the water out of the sand media itself to empty the whole container down here to winterize it. When you get into the less expensive sand filters for maybe $200, $250, they're going to have maybe like 3. They're going to have filter, backwash, and maybe pump to waste or something, but you're not going to get all of these options, and you kind of do need all these options as you take care of your pool and you're using this as your vacuum, as your filter, to recirculate, to, you know, it rained really hard the other day, and so I used this actually to get about 3 inches of water out of the pool because the pool was a little too full. So pay attention to that when you are buying a filter like this. Yeah, other than that, it's been fantastic. Love this pump, but you're gonna have to spend, well, let me just say, this pump was actually more expensive than I paid for the pool, the whole kit. So keep that in mind when you do that. Next thing, chemicals. I just want to show you really quick what chemicals I used. So I went to my local pool store and had them test the water, and it didn't need that much. Item number 1, this is BioGuard Silk Guard Complete. These are the chlorine tablets. They've got some, you know, multi-benefit 3 chlorinating tablets, whatever. But I put this, if you want to see the shark over there in the pool, that's just one of those drop-in, you know, it drops down into the water. You put 2 or 3 tablets into it, and it keeps the water chlorinated. The shock that I'm supposed to use once a week, the BioGuard Burnout 73, I put a ½ pound in the pool once a week, and that helps shock all of the oils and things that come off of your body, all the contaminants that get in the water, helps get them, I don't know, particleized so that the filter can pull them out. It helps keep your water clean. I had to do a little bit of stabilizer right when we first tested the water, but I only had to do that once. This was not a repeat process. So really, as long as I shocked the water and then kept chlorine tablets in the little floaty shark over there, this water was sparkly clean. But you do have to vacuum your pool. We don't have a skimmer. These are kind of hard pools to put skimmers on. So you got to vacuum your pool now. Okay, so here's another cost to your budget, right? You need a vacuum hose and you need a vacuum head, right? Now this is one made for pools, above ground pools that have a soft bottom because they have the bristles to help scrub the bottom, and then vacuums up. But I bought this from, again, the pool store. This head wasn't that expensive and the hose wasn't that expensive, but it is another thing that you have to have if you are going to maintain your pool. The other thing I needed, well, you got to top the pool off every once in a while when the water runs out. If you flush your sand filter once every 3 weeks, you're going to be pulling a lot of water out of the pool. So right here, Blue Water Technology Pure Fill Pro. This was about, I don't know, it was like less than $20. Put this on the end of your hose and it removes the iron from the well water. So this is good for 10,000 gallons. They had one in the store that was good for 40,000 gallons. This was the 10,000 gallons, and I put this on the end of the hose so whenever I have to top off the pool, I'm not introducing more iron from our well back in the pool. But again, another 20 bucks to have this here on the end of your hose. The other thing right here, you do need a skimmer. You're gonna have to have something to take the bugs and the other little things that float on the top of the water. Skimmer head, not that much money. I bought one of the inexpensive poles. That works great. This pole also is what runs the vacuum. So you put the end of this pole on the vacuum and that's how you vacuum the bottom of the pool. Need a brush. Okay, sometimes you'll get stuff built up in different areas where the water circulates from the pump. You got to kind of brush it up. Maybe you want to clean the sides of the pool. You can drag this up and down the sides of the pool with this handle. So you only need one of these aluminum handles, but you know, got to have a brush, you got to have a skimmer, you got to have a vacuum and a hose. Those things add up. So now your $330, $350 pool kit, you can see where that's not really what it costs to get this thing running. The last thing that I did was I trenched from the shop up there. I trenched down a power line for the pump and a hose line so we could have water right here at our pool, which is very handy. You can wash your feet off, you can spray the hose off, you can you know, top the pool off without having to run a hose all the way from the house up there. So that one right there is critical to have water and power at your pool. I didn't have it close because of where I decided to put the pool. So that was, you know, renting a trencher, getting the power line to put in the ground, direct burial power line, getting the flex water line to run down there. And then the last thing we did, if you want to film the sand here, we've got sand. I figured if we're gonna have a pool, I wanted a beach. I wanted my own beach. So this is a full dump truck of sand. It was 12 yards, about 15,000 pounds is what a dump truck can hold. And I had them deliver it. Sand is pretty cheap here in Oregon where we're at because we're only about an hour from the coast. I don't know, maybe it's more expensive if you live in the Midwest, I don't know. But sand's pretty cheap. I bought a dump truck of it. We lined the perimeter with these paving stones. They're kind of buried over here because our dog loves to play in the sand. But this was a ton of fun because even if, you know, my sons and their friends are in the pool, I could come in a lawn chair and sit here and have a drink in the sunshine and, you know, feel like I was really at the beach. So this was kind of like my treat, but our dog loves it, and our kids, you know, they liked doing long jump, things like that into it. So it serves lots of purposes, but that was an extra expense as well. But so that's it. I mean, we had a blast all summer long in this pool, and it was absolutely worth the money for the pool. But all said and done, by the time I finished this project, I would say the pool itself was probably 1/4, maybe, or 1/5 of the actual total budget cost to install this thing. So you've got to have vacuum, you got to have brushes, you got to have chemicals, you got to have water, you got to have power, you got to have a filter, you got to have a flat level space to put the pool down on. So just figure all of that into it. If you're thinking about getting one of these pools, evaluate all those things because that does add to the cost. But if you do it, you're gonna have a great pool for a great price and have a ton of fun in it. Yeah, we did all summer long. Oh yeah, pool floaties. You gotta have pool floaties. inner tubes, the floaty loungers or whatever. Those are awesome, and they pop all the time, and you got to buy new ones. Anyways, don't forget the pool toys. All right, that's it. If you want to buy one of these things, I say go for it. Just plan ahead and know what you're in for. Hope this video helps you make the decision on what type of pool you're going to buy if you're going to go with one of these. All right, everyone, take care.